Hello there, Kasama Lee here, your community realtor. Have you ever wondered if human real estate agents will ever be replaced by online discounted agents? If that's you, you'll want to watch this video. You know, when things are going well and everything is smooth and the real estate market is easy, you don't really think about all the intricacies and the nuances and what an experienced agent could bring to the table. Well, guess what? The market it's been quite interesting. It's been fast moving, like the speed of lightning, really. When a property comes on the market right now, it's boom, off the market in the next few days. I've had so many people make comments like, you know, I don't see any listings coming on the market in our little town. So I live in American Canyon, which is in Napa County. It's a town of a little over 20,000 people. So we have about 6,000 homes currently, and we don't have a whole lot of homes in inventory. We don't have a lot of homes that are on the market. And when we do, because I watch the market on a daily basis, I watch and see, you know, the status changes, the price changes, and so on and so forth, I can see the activity. But the public, you know, people who just live in the town and they may not be in the market looking to buy or sell, but you know, every so often they kind of glance to see what the market is doing. Those are the individuals that would make comments to me like, we don't have anything on the market. Like, there is nothing happening. Like, there are no homes coming on the market. And what I tell them is, actually, there have been a steady list of inventory of homes coming on the market. It's just that they popped on and they, boom, popped off in like 1 or 2 days later. That's how fast a property would go into escrow. Now, every city kind of has its own culture and style. The bigger the city, the more you might have in inventory, but also they might take a little bit longer, more number of days before a property would go into escrow, which means they come off the market, right? So all of this stuff is happening. I just feel like I want to share my humble little 2 cents of why there have been some talks about, wow, you know, all these discount brokerages, discount real estate companies that are coming into the market, and a lot of it can be done online. Well, now, especially with the pandemic, there are usually, in most listings, there are usually virtual tours, which is, you know, the walkthrough or the video, the slideshow, the images of the property. So people are kind of looking and checking out the properties before they even step foot into the property. And a lot of times, oftentimes, they already decide they want to make an offer. You know, I just had a listing that basically we received a lot of love. We had a compressed time frame of showings, right? People had to make private scheduled showings, the real estate agents, with their clients, and only the pre-approved buyers would be coming through. And we just like it was like Grand Central Station. It was like a revolving door. The next showing group that scheduled an appointment is waiting outside to show it, you know, and it was going like that. And we received double-digit offers. So how I work is I like to have efficiency in the midst of chaos. I don't know about you, but efficiency in the midst of chaos. It's organized chaos, right? Basically. And I love to be able to just have as much order in all of that chaos by just setting up, you know, rules of showing, what to expect once you've shown it, what's the anticipated timeline, what's the anticipated communication that's forthcoming, and so on and so forth, to eliminate the back and forth and the confusion. You know how you've been in some environment where it's just so confusing, you don't even know what questions to ask because you ask one question and then there are 5 other questions that pop up because there's just no structure or system to it. With that, you know, we managed to have a pretty smooth process of reviewing the multiple offers. I was able to do a Zoom meeting with my client, who are the sellers, and review the offers in the matrix that I created. And it was actually, you know, it kind of just gave a clear snapshot for the client so they could decide clearly on which direction to take or which offer to take and which one we needed to respond to. right? I tell you all of this because it sounds like a lot of work, doesn't it? Well, it is a lot of work. that whole process to keep it smooth and for the client to feel like the experience is smooth when they look back, not chaotic, not confusing, not out of control, not anxiety. Oh my gosh, like that word alone just gave me anxiety. Not an anxiety-induced experience. Well, to manage all of that process requires an expert who has had miles in the industry, who has been through several seasons, who has the experience to manage the process so that the client would experience some peace. Yes, who doesn't want peace these days? For that reason, I don't feel that the online services that are licensed individuals who are just servicing clients at a minimal level or less interaction, less hands-on, less explanation, less information level would ever replace a hands-on, individualized relationship with an experienced real estate agent. I mean, why would you want that when you know that when you hire an experienced agent, you can actually leverage on what you end up netting, right, as a seller with all the negotiation. So that's one element, right? You gotta have the ability to negotiate terms on behalf of the client, right? That's what an experienced real estate agent would do. You gotta be able to then articulate. That's the second element. Articulate and explain information and the process in a way that is not overwhelming to the client. So I think that with the ability to negotiate, the ability to articulate, the ability to respond to the client's needs and questions, because trust me, it's a maze. Every transaction has its own flavor and feel and tempo and you name it. Every transaction is unique, even though the process it's the same process in terms of contingencies and appraisal and all of those things, but every transaction kind of has its own flavor depending on who's on the other side as well, who's the agent on the other side and who's the client on the other side and who the seller is, who my client would be. I feel like there's a dance in all of that requires high-level finessing, and that's where the experience does matter. All the little things add up to one big important project. For example, if I were buying a car, I would like to know that by the end, when I'm signing the contract and I'm taking the keys to drive the car home, I could look back and say that was an experience. That was a smooth experience. I felt like I was heard. I felt like I was treated with respect. I felt like all my questions were answered. And I walked away with the merchandise that I wanted. I didn't feel pressured. I didn't feel like I was discounted and my questions didn't matter, and I actually felt like I was well taken care of. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is the reason why I feel that an experienced agent, an attentive, professional, highly competent real estate agent will always be the type of agent that will last in this wild industry called real estate. I hope this kind of breaks things down for you. This is Kasama Lee, your community realtor. Thanks for watching. And before you go, take a few seconds to watch this short video clip. It's pretty cute. I'll talk to you soon.